So I have here two muzzle flashes. I'm gonna drop this in to my footage, and what we want to do is find the point that the gun goes off, which will be probably about right here. So we want the muzzle flash to go in right about here. So let's take it, bring it in, and let's rotate it. And then all we do is just take it and just line it up. You can kind of see the barrel portion of it, and you just line it up. That's all we're doing. We're gonna line it up. I might actually scale it down just a bit. That we selected. So I believe this is gonna be it from right here. And it's gonna go off. So the gun should go off. Boom. All right, cool. Let's split that, get rid of that. Oop. And then let's go back, and we're gonna bring this in. So what we'll do is we'll go up, and then as soon as it goes off, not right there, but right. All right. Come on. Let me see. I just want to make sure that we get it lined up. Let me put this at full for a second. We'll go 1, 2, right, 3, 4, right there. So that's where we wanted to start. We wanted to start as soon as it kicks back. There you go. So as soon as it kicks back, that's where we wanted to go off. So like right there, and then all we have to do is just make sure that it's lined up correctly. So what you can do, you can take and go to the position and you just keyframe the position. In most cases I like to motion track it so that way it follows it, but I'll just go here and just move it up one, just follow, just follow it. That's all. I just like to follow it. So then once you do that, it should go. There you go. Looks good. All right, now let's see how we can start adding other elements to start to make this, like, bring it to life. One thing that I would recommend is, if you're going to do this, to look into getting it's a way that you can do it by just using like regular airsoft guns, where you can basically mask this out and basically motion, like add the motion to it, where it actually, like, where it cocks back like that. But the better option that I found works is when you use a gas-powered gun. When you use a gas-powered gun, it automatically does it. So that's just a little tip. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add in a secondary muzzle flash. And with this muzzle flash, I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the other one. So I can start it pretty much about the same, but this is just going to add a little bit more depth to the muzzle flash itself. 3D layer. Let's get into here. There we go. And then let's turn this off for a second. And then okay. So thing we can do is we can take and then we're going to scale it down. It doesn't have to be as big, just something. There you go. And then let's kind of rotate it a bit. Let's rotate it out and then around a little bit. Z-axis. There we go. Oh, right there. And then we can also do the same thing with this one as far as with the position. Just keyframe the position, next position, and this is pretty easy. All you have to do is just, pretty much just follow that barrel. Follow that barrel. There you go. Once you got that, you should have something that looks like that. Cool. So now that you add both of them, it's gonna give it more of a, just gonna add a little bit more depth to it. So, oh gosh, look at that face. That's an action face right there. Action. But yeah, it blends it a little bit better. So now that we look at both of them together, and we can actually maybe even offset one. Let's see. There we go. So it kind of gives it a. So what I will actually probably do is duplicate this one, and let's move this one up one. Move the long muzzle flash back, and then move the short one back. So it kind of goes small to big to small. So and this will help when we slow it down. So there we go. So it goes. So you see how it goes together. So you got the small one, then it goes to big, expands to big, then it goes back down to the smaller one. Awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, now next step is well, what I can do, I have also have 45 caliber shell casing that I'm gonna throw in here too, and this just adds a little bit more dynamic to it. So, oh gosh, look at that. We wouldn't want to get shot with that. Anyways, that's like cannon size. Anyways, what you do is we're gonna take and scale it down first. Because before we do that, let's go to make it a 3D layer first, and then we'll scale it down. So we'll scale it down, and then what we can do is we're going to keyframe this shell casing. Let's scale it down a little bit more, about right there, maybe even a little bit smaller actually, but that might work. All right, so we have it in there. We have our shell casing in there, and what we want to do is first we got to find a good point of where it's kind of flat. So about a little bit more. We want it somewhere around right here. All right, so somewhere around right there. Bring it over, make it line up with the muzzle flash. So we have. Let's go to right there. That's well, it comes out about right there. So we want it to start. Want it to start right there. Add a keyframe. Bring it over. Just make sure it lines up with that little part that the little compartment. Forward, go forward. Let me just go all the way, okay? Now, typically when this happens, it's a very fast motion. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go and. What are you doing, dog? Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna go to the end, and I want to bring this pretty much like all the way out of the frame, like because you know it's usually it's a strong motion and it's a fast motion, and then I'll probably take and add like a little ramp to it, so that way it's more of like it takes off. Like probably even flip it down like right here, and then let's see what we got from there. It should go okay. And the only other thing that I do not like about that, because it's pretty good, the only thing that I would say is just the time remap it to kind of speed it up, because mind you that we're going to be slowing it down. So what I'll do is basically we're going to speed it up so that way you can get the rotations. Then when we slow it down, it's going to show the rotations, but it's going to be over exaggerated. Okay, so now we're going to go to transform. No, I'm sorry. We're going to go to time stretch, and my box is all the way down here for some reason. Do not know why. Let's change this duration from 4 seconds to like maybe even 1.5. And then we can take, all right, fit it in. So now if you look at it, it should be flipping. There we go. There we go. That's a lot better. And then one thing that I actually will do, I'll probably bring this down. Now, most cases what I like to do, I like to go on to like YouTube or maybe even movies and just reference just basically like the actual, I guess, science behind, like, you know, as far as like just what it actually looks like when shell casing is ejected from a gun, or muzzle flashes, just to kind of get a better feel of what actually happens, like the dynamics of what actually happens. But you know, for right now, this is pretty much just for fun, you know, just having fun with it. Okay, so let's see. All right, so one thing I don't want it to do is curve at that point. So I will bring this back up, and what we'll do is just bring this down, bring it up just like that, and it just ejects out of the scene. So if you look at this now, we should have perfect. That looks good. Of course, that looks good. Of course, we have some motion blur to it and color corrected a little bit, you know. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that dark, but you know, actually we could do that now. So like color correcting it and stuff like that, it's going to pretty like much just be like, you know, we just want to match it to the scene. We want to brighten it up a little bit. Take a little bit of contrast out, brighten it up a little bit, give it more of that orange type of like tint to it. There you go. Green channel. Now let's look at ways that we can actually start adding other elements to it to just kind of bring it to life a little bit more before we begin to slow it down, just to kind of give it that feel. So what I'll do is, let's do this for a second. Let's bring this down just to give it more of a, there we go. Now, before we do that, if you are enjoying the content that we have and you are enjoying the tutorials and everything else like that, please be sure to click that subscribe button, smash this like button, and also be sure to click the bell icon so that way you can get all future updates, tutorials, and everything that we're working on. Once again, we do have our t-shirts on sale, so if you do want to pick up your own t-shirt, your Ready Set Shoot t-shirts, be sure to click the link in the description below. I'll post it right here as well, where you can go onto the website and order your size, and we'll send that out to you immediately, man. We definitely appreciate the support, man. Everybody's just been awesome with the support, but you know, it's that keeps us going, you know. So once again, please be sure to click the subscribe button. Be sure to click that like button, smash that like button, share it with your friends, your family, your coworkers, your side chick, everybody, you know, anybody. So let's get to it. All right, now, so next thing I'm ready to do is add some smoke elements. I'm gonna add some dust elements just to give it a little bit more of a action feel, because pretty much, I mean, if you're just in an alleyway and you're just shooting just like this and it looks like this, you know, it's just more of like, okay, well, there's a creep, I'm just gonna call the cops, and yeah, it's really something is going on down there. So let's add some atmosphere to it. So I'm gonna drop one of these in. Drop it in. Just drop that right on in. And let's see what we can do about adding just a little bit of atmosphere to it. And one thing I like to do with these atmosphere layers is something else I'm gonna show you guys too, to give it more of a realistic gunfiring feel. But one thing I like to do with these atmosphere layers, I like to take them and scale them up. We'll make it kind of like this. And then after I do that, same layer, just duplicate it, offset the timing. So now when you offset the timing, it gives it a different feel. You can actually even rotate it if you want. So take and rotate it. And this is where you can start having fun with it. You know, just you take your elements and just start like placing them around, and you know, you can take and maybe even push some back in Z space, you know, push it back a little bit, and you know, even bring it down. Great. So now that we have everything lined up and we pretty much like how we have it set up, let's start looking at a way we can actually make this look a little bit more cinematic.